Who's going to be the baddest dude when you come on these white lines? Be the baddest dude on these white lines starting tonight. No excuses. Let's do this thing.
Welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 of The Brett Beard Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. I'm Cooper Burrell, and as always, I'm here with Coach Beard. Coach Beard, how you doing?
Hey, man, doing good. Another opportunity to play ball this week on a short week and learn from week one, so ready to get going.
Yes, sir, I can't wait. Coach, let's go ahead and talk about what your game plan is, or was, going into Mandeville.
Well, I mean, we knew we had to execute. We knew that we had to play disciplined football, and, we kind of let some things get away from us early, put us in some bad spots. With a young team, inexperienced team, you gotta embrace the momentum. You gotta create the momentum, and then any time we had a little energy, we made a critical mistake, kind of shot ourselves in the foot, which is going to happen. And of course, it kind of snowballed and got away from us. And the best thing about it, we really had some teachable film, some teachable tape, and got a lot of good out of it. Of course, you don't really know that until Thursday night when we take the field again. But I am really pleased with where we are. Are we going to have ups and downs? Absolutely. But we got to continue to get better. And that's our ultimate goal going into this week is, play hard for 48 minutes, play our game for 48 minutes, and just continue to grow. A lot of people say you get the biggest growth between week 1 and week 2. So we had our wake-up call, and now let's see if we can go from there.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Let's get into these highlights. Jackets take the field versus Mandeville for the season opener. As you see Jerry Horn in front leading the Jackets out. A great crowd for the season opener. What you think, Coach?
Yeah, I loved every second of it. We came out with the energy I wanted. And of course, we had a couple of mistakes early on that kind of deflated us a little bit and sent us in a downward spiral.
Opening kickoff from Mandeville to number 7, Mason Varese. He takes it and runs up the middle and starts moving in and out, finally being brought down by number 3. Coach, what you think about this right here?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get us a chance to get in that midfield to open a game is huge. I thought it was a great opening kickoff. Again, you go back to the energy with us coming out. Then we have the big return. We're kind of feeling it right there. We're riding that high. Then we go into offensively with that energy. And we just look different taking the field. We feel good taking the field. And a critical mistake kind of derails us. That's what a young team has to manage.
The quarterback, number 9, Jerry Horn, throws to number 10, Seth Bishop, and it is off his hand and intercepted by number 0, Fisher. Coach, let's talk about this play right here.
Look, it's the right read. It's the easy read. I'll wear this. I mean, we have the kid with the cast in still. When we should have learned this lesson. We should have moved 4 inside, and we waited too late to do that.
Jackets get it back. Skipper's quarterback, number 7, Caden Jacob, rolls right and is picked off by number 3, Brian Hawkins. Coach, let's talk about Brian real quick.
Yeah, I mean, again, you weathered a little storm right there, which is what we've got to see, which we've got to learn to grow from. Hawkins turned around with the big pick, getting it back after we threw the pick. You've kind of shot yourself in the foot, and you're still 0-0. It's very early in the game anyway. There's a lot of things that can still happen. You just like seeing the blow for blow early on. You just want to continue to be able to do that for 48 minutes.
Jackets are punting a bad snap. Deshaun McBride tries to take it, but is taken down by a group of Mandeville players. Quarterback number 7 hands it off to number 20, Nate Shepard, who runs for a big gain and is finally brought down in Jackets territory. Quarterback number 7, Jacob, on the keeper. He is hit hard by number 1, Rancher Miller. A great play by Rancher there. 4th down, Skipper's going, but it's a drop snap, but number 18, Noah Kyle, passes it to number 20, who scores 7-0 Mandeville. Coach, let's talk about this right here.
And, first off, the Shepard kid's a lot of fun to watch. I got a little love for him. His older brother plays at Vandy, so, I like the kid, but really was an impressive player. You got the backup quarterback in. We had an idea, you think you're going to run it, but backup quarterback, they slip a screen in with a bad snap, and everything that goes against us goes against us. And they made the play, and we didn't.
Yeah, a couple of missed tackles right there.
But 20 is a phenomenal player.
Skipper's ball again. Number 7, Jacob, is sacked by Corey Gross, number 37. A great play by Corey right there. Jackets ball, number 9, Jerry Horn, passes it to number 5, Hudson Byers, who runs it up into the red zone for the Jackets. Jackets forced to settle for a kick, but Johnny Bravo's field goal is no good. Mandeville with the ball now, number 20, Shepard, a huge run deep into Jackets territory, a couple missed tackles, and he's still running, and then he's finally pushed out of bounds by Rancher Miller. Goes to, direct snap to number 20, Shepard. He rolls left and scores 14-0 Skippers. Coach, let's talk about this play right here.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the red zone. You put it in your players' hands to finish a drive. The wildcat right there. We've kind of been worn down in the box at this point a little bit. We've been getting in the mouth. We gave him a couple big plays by being weak on the edge. And 20 got out there and finished the play, which is something that we've got to learn from and get better at ourselves.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Defense needs to make a stop right there. Jackets ball, third down, number 9. Horn's pass to number 4, Tyler Haynes, is incomplete. Offense can't get it going. Skipper's ball, number 20, Shepard. Another big run into Denham's territory. He's finally brought down by number 7. Kicker number 17, Will Banks, knocks it through with a 45-yard field goal, 17-0 Skippers. Quarterback Horn, number 9, under pressure and is taken down hard. Jerry just doesn't have enough time to throw. Backup quarterback, number 16, Carson Burrell, and he gets sacked. Jackets punt, Jackets are punting another high snap to number 6, McBride. Kick is blocked by Mandeville, recovers with great field position right before the half. That's tough on special teams right there, Coach. Number 20, Shepard, scores his 3rd TD of the first half, 24-0 Mandeville. Coach, let's talk about this right here.
I mean, realistically, probably should have run the ball out, run the clock out at the end of the half. You're trying to get something going. You try to put some trust in you guys to make a play, and realistically, that was on me, put us in this position. Still a lot of time left. I don't mind gambling a little bit, but probably should have just got out of there.
Yes, sir. The student section keeping the energy up. Second half, Skipper's driving, number 20, Shepard fumbles, and it is recovered by number 38, Cedric Holt, for a big stop by the defense.
Again, seeing glimpses of us being pretty good defensively.
Quarterback number 9, Horn, hands it off to number 22, RJ, who runs for the first down, but is finally brought down. Quarterback number 9, Jerry, back to pass under pressure and is sacked again. Fourth quarter now, Skipper's number 7, Jacob, deep pass to number 6, Micah White. Quarterback number 7 on the keeper, runs it for a first down, tackled by number 6, Deshaun McBride. Quarterback number 7, Jacobs, throws it to number 2. It is a touchdown pass to Nate Gertie, 31-0 Mandeville. Coach, let's talk about this play right here.
Well, your second starting cornerback comes out of the game, and they go at your third cornerback, the young buck, Caden Anderson, which is kind of textbook football. He's there to make a play. They just made a play. Kid's going to be really good. He's going to have a chance to get some quality reps right here to really learn how to play 5A football, but he's going to be a really good player for us and a name that everybody's going to know.
Late fourth quarter, Skippers, number 25, Isaac Beham, scores to make it 38-0. There he is celebrating with his teammates after the score. Late in the game, number 5, Hudson Byers, with a long run to get Denham on the board, 38-7. Coach, let's talk about this play right here.
Yeah, I mean, he just waited too late, some of their backups were in. It's 38-0. At that point, we're trying to get out of there with just a little spark to give us something to grow from. Kind of decide, give him a chance to get on the outside. Probably should have done it earlier, but we finally do it, and we do it right, and we block it up, and you have a chance to make a play. That's where we've been struggling. We're not having 11 dudes doing their job at one time, but when you do, good things can happen. So hopefully we take this spark and we ride it into week 2.
Yes, sir. The final score would be 38-7 Denham. The highlights for the game: Deshaun McBride, 10 tackles, Rancher Miller, 13 tackles, 11 solo and 2 assists, and 1 pass breakup. Cedric Polk with 4 tackles and 1 fumble recovery. Coach, I want to talk about your game plan going into Mandeville.
Well, I mean, look, early on, you don't really know a whole lot about your opponent. You've seen a scrimmage, a spring game, a jamboree, which, if you looked at us, we're very vanilla, so you never really know what you're going to get. I thought our game plan going in was very sound. It still comes down to execution, and the kids that want it the most. And it's like I told you before, you're coming off a year where we beat them the year before, so they're going to be really hungry to get that taste out of their mouth that they've had for a year. And they just came in and took it to us. The one thing that stands out with those tackles, with those stats, your 2 safeties had the most tackles. That's not a good spot to be in. That's when you got to look at ourselves. We got to look at our line play. We got to look at our middle linebackers. But when your 2 safeties are your leading tacklers, you're not going to beat many people. Now that you see these stats, that they're really eye-opening. That there's a lot that has to. We have to get better. Everybody's talking offensively, but defensively as well. I mean, we got to start feeding off each other. And that's one thing too that this team has got to grow to trust each other. They got to feed off the energy that's created by each other. Sometimes we get to pointing fingers, and that's normal. But going back to the game plan, we got to execute it. We got to stay sound, and we got to keep our poise and keep our head, and we got to pull for each other. There was really no secrets to this. Let's just line up and play big boy football, and Mandeville got the best of us week 1.
Yes, sir. I want to go ahead and talk about the offense, putting up only 7 points and only late in the game when it finally happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch this play, it's not good right now. We're trying to find guys to step up. If you don't win in the trenches, it's hard to win. If you don't win in the trenches, it's hard to move the football. If you don't win in the trenches, it's hard to have time to throw the football. So there are a lot of things right now that we are looking in the mirror and having to learn from and grow up from. And look, this is not a secret. Nobody thought this was we were going to wake up and have an O-line that was going to be ready to play when you're replacing 6 of your top starters from the year before. We knew this was going to take time, and it is. But you got to come to work with the right attitude every day. You got to work to get better every day. And you got to have trust from your teammates. I think sometimes that we want to, and I'm going to say we want to point fingers and we want to complain. And, right now we can't play enough football. And that's really all it is. The more live reps you get, the more play we get, the more comfortable we get, the better we get. And that's just going to take some time.
Yeah, and I want to talk about next. Glen Oaks is coming up this week. What is your game plan going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, we've taken a couple steps back with what's in the playbook to go 4 steps forward, and then ultimately go another 4 steps forward the next week, another 4 steps forward the next week. We got to figure out who we want to be, and we had to step back and look at what do we think we're good at, what do we think we need to improve on, and what tweaks do we need to make? Just personnel. You send Koss over to tight end to give us some nastiness in the trenches. He could end up being an O-lineman in time as well. We tweak some of our protections to give our guys the best help and to feel more comfortable up there while protecting. It's just little things that we've got to continue to do to move forward. When I say take a step back, doesn't necessarily mean we're going backwards or regressing, because we're gonna get really good at what we're good at to blow forward, and that's what we have to embrace, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to working on the elementaries of our run game, to where we can begin to make tweaks off of it that's only going to put us in better spots to break those big runs.
One more thing I want to talk about is the quarterbacks. Yep. Jerry has a hurt ankle.
Yep, ankle.
Yeah,
I think it's just a low ankle sprain, which is good news. But with anything like this happens, a door opens for somebody else. Does Carson Burrell begin to write his chapter in this saga?
Man, I hope
Does Deshaun Goldman elevate his game and write his chapter in this saga? The one thing that I have felt good with through our ups and downs and our learning is our quarterback room. That doesn't mean I'm happy with our quarterback play, but I am happy with our quarterback room. We got 3 guys that bring a little bit of everything to that room, a little bit different juice from all 3 of them that really make that room go. And I think the positive is they're competitors. And no matter what, they're going to embrace the opportunity. They're going to be ready to play. And, like anything, you hate seeing one fall because of injury, but you do love seeing others rise and show us what we have and show us what they've been waiting their opportunity to show. And, I hope Burrell takes advantage of it. If it's Goldman, I hope he takes advantage of it. I'm just excited to see them play.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Coach, you said you were moving some people over from defense to offense to hopefully help the offense. What's that looking like?
It's like I mentioned earlier. Cost is a dude that, he's that big body. He's got an aggressive streak about him. And we think with his energy and his fight in him that he can go over to the offensive side and provide a spark. Hunter Ryder's sick and out of practice. Bishop's still beat up. We originally moved him over here to go give us a spark offensive line-wise, but with where we're beat up tight end, we let him start there yesterday, and he looked really good. He kind of gives us that nastiness on the edge and aggressiveness on the edge. But that's just his first move. You could either go over there and be a 4th or 5th guy in a rotation, a middle linebacker, or you can come over and be a huge addition and a huge piece of the puzzle we're looking for offensively. And he and I just had that talk, and I think he's really bought in and embraced this opportunity, knowing that the tight end thing might just be temporary because he may end up being at a guard or a tackle to give us that nasty athlete on the edge or interior that we can move around and pull. And right now, that's the big piece. I think we all know we're trying to get some guys to step up O-line-wise. You lose Cy Martin, which hopefully we got some good news today where he's only going to miss a few weeks. So he'll be a big addition getting back. You got his backup with a dislocated shoulder. We got 3 or 4 really young offensive linemen that we really like, where we'll go from what would be a team's weakness this year to what's going to be our strength in the years to come with those 4 young dudes that are just learning how to play 5A football. But, we're not trying to demoralize them in the process, whether that be move somebody over in front of them and say you're just not ready, you're not going to do it. But it's also giving them a sprinkle of plays here and there to where they can get comfortable playing. But I'm excited about where that's going to go. Again, a weakness this year is going to be a strength and something we never have to talk about for a couple of years because they're going to be dudes and Curtis and Roberthon and Arce and Fergie and even Villa Gomez coming in late and Shalacy. They got some dudes in that group that's going to be really good. So we're excited there. Defensively, it comes down to grit. One thing that stood out that we saw against Mandeville, Zachary Williamson is a big force in the middle when he wants to play. So now we're able to kind of build the D-line big again. You move Caden Davis out. You got Zachary Williamson, you got Butler. Now we're big up front again to protect those middle linebackers so they can run, get comfortable, make more plays, and be better in the box than what they've been. And then you got guys like Kent and Debo that'll go in and give us that pass rush and that edge guy, that little smaller, faster, quicker D lineman to disrupt the timing. Practice-wise, it's time to get aggressive. If you want to play an aggressive brand of football, we got to practice aggressive. We cramped more Friday night than I've ever cramped in a game before, and I think the only thing that changed there was we went to morning practices to beat the heat, which was the right call. It was the right thing to do. It was smart. But you can see where it kind of caught up to us, or what I feel like it caught up to us, because I've never had that, and that was the only big change in the offseason. So, we're going to get back in this afternoon now that it's cooled off a little bit and kind of get back in our normal routine. With that morning practice afternoon, sometimes you'd have a 2-day break right there, and I don't know if it was really good on y'all's psyche, your mind, but we're going to go ahead and take that out and kind of get back on our normal routine that you're all used to doing. So, excited to see where we go from here. We're just looking for that first game to get us going, where we're comfortable, where we can go play. And we got a little surprise for you tomorrow on the day before the game to kind of get that going again too.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Brett Beer Show, sponsored by James Restaurant. As always, I'm Cooper Burrell. Thank you, Coach Beer, for joining me.
Absolutely.
The Jackets play Thursday night at home versus Glen Oaks at 7 o'clock. Thank you for watching this episode of the Brett Beer Show.